The Cleveland Browns' 2025 season is already generating headlines before the first snap is even taken, and not just because of who they're playing or where. There's something peculiar about this year's schedule that no one saw coming. But before we dive into that, hit that like button because I'm here to keep you posted. Now for the news. For a team that invested heavily, made a splash in the offseason, and kept fans on the edge of their seats, this omission feels like a deliberate snub. We're left without a single primetime game. ESPN Cleveland's Aaron Goldhammer was among those expressing surprise. And you can't blame him. No Sunday Night Football, no Monday Night Lights, not even a Thursday showcase. But before you start getting upset, there's a twist. Goldhammer believes the Browns can force the league's hand. He suggests that if they perform well, they could be flexed into a prime-time slot later in the season, especially if a certain rookie quarterback starts to heat up. Yes, Shedeur Sanders. You heard that right. If the Browns decide to roll with the dynamic Colorado product, the buzz will be deafening. Sanders, with all the flair, the fire, and the family legacy, would instantly become one of the most talked-about quarterbacks in the NFL. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's not the starter. Not yet. In fact, he's at the bottom of a crowded depth chart that includes names like Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. But you know how things go in Cleveland. The quarterback carousel spins quickly and violently, and no name is ever truly out of the running. If Sanders seizes his moment, the entire narrative of the Browns season could shift overnight. And while that possibility percolates, the Browns are making moves off the field that are just as intriguing. In a surprise announcement, the team added Hall of Fame defensive back Charles Woodson to its ownership group. Woodson, who built his legacy with the Raiders and Packers and capped it with a Super Bowl title in 2011, has reportedly bought in with a $5 million stake. Now, this might seem like a symbolic gesture, a minor financial contribution. But think about the message. Woodson is known for his leadership, intelligence, and fearlessness, qualities the Browns could sorely use. His presence isn't just for show. There's genuine intrigue over how much influence he might wield. Could he help shape this roster? Offer input on defensive personnel? Infuse a locker room with the championship mentality it's been sorely lacking? For a team desperately seeking identity, the addition of Woodson might just be the culture reset they need. But leadership and ownership changes are just one side of the Browns' puzzle. The linebacker room is undergoing a seismic shift. With the unfortunate placement of Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah on the reserve/PUP list due to a lingering neck injury, the team loses one of its most dynamic defensive weapons for the entire 2025 season. That's not just a hit, that's a gut punch. And while the Browns drafted UCLA's Carson Schweissinger to help fill that void, the rookie's development will take time. Complicating matters further is veteran Devin Bush's off-field troubles, including an arrest in early May for simple assault and harassment. The team remains tight-lipped as they gather more information. All of this thrusts 10-year veteran Jordan Hicks into the spotlight. A quiet force, Hicks joined Cleveland in 2024 and has been nothing short of a stabilizer. Last season, he started 12 games and racked up 78 tackles, showing flashes of the form that once made him a standout with the Eagles. With a top 10 overall PFF grade among linebackers and strong marks in both run defense and coverage, Hicks might just be the unsung hero of this unit. He brings not only talent but also experience, having played 134 career games and won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia. Surrounded by young names like Mohamed Diabate and Easton Mascarenas-Arnold, Hicks will be the anchor in a room that desperately needs one. Meanwhile, the offense is dealing with its own set of puzzles. The draft left fans scratching their heads. The Browns passed on selecting a wide receiver, despite a glaring need. Sure, they landed Shedeur Sanders, and that might prove to be a steal. But the decision not to draft Travis Hunter, coupled with a thin wide receiver room, has raised eyebrows. Jerry Jeudy stands as the only truly proven weapon. And though Cleveland added Deontay Johnson post-draft, his recent track record, 3 teams in 1 year, just 33 catches, and ongoing attitude concerns, hardly inspires confidence. So where does that leave the Browns' passing game? Surprisingly, one answer might already be on the roster. Cedric Tillman. A physical, athletic receiver with a 6 feet 3 inches, 215-pound frame, Tillman showed promise last season before a concussion cut things short. Between weeks 7 and 9, he pulled in 21 catches, a stretch that offered a tantalizing glimpse of his potential. Now, heading into 2025, he's penciled in as the team's number 2 receiver. It's a bold bet, but perhaps a necessary one. If Cleveland truly intends to bring along a rookie quarterback, and all signs point in that direction, then someone like Tillman stepping up could be the key to stabilizing the offense. So here we are, Browns fans. No primetime spotlight for now. A Hall of Fame defender stepping into the owner's box. Linebacker uncertainty. A wide receiver room looking for a hero. And the potential of a rookie QB just waiting to ignite the season. This is a team on the verge. A team with questions, with chaos, but also with a very real chance to surprise everyone. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders' chances of becoming the Browns' starting quarterback? And what are your thoughts on Charles Woodson joining the ownership group? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Browns! Let's dig even deeper into this 2025 Cleveland Browns saga, because the layers of this offseason are thick with drama, potential, and a fair share of uncertainty. And one storyline that could define the season might be flying under the radar: the wide receiver dilemma. The Browns made a puzzling decision during the draft by completely skipping out on a wide receiver selection, a move that's left both fans and analysts scratching their heads. With Jerry Jeudy as the only proven pass catcher, and Deontay Johnson trying to rebound from a tumultuous season that saw him bounce through 3 teams, the pressure is on. But here's where things get interesting. Cedric Tillman, the second-year wideout, is quietly emerging as a sleeper solution. Standing at 6'3" and tipping the scales at 215 pounds, Tillman is physically built to be a dominant outside target. And Browns fans got a small taste of what he could become. His Week 7 to Week 9 stretch last season wasn't just promising, it was eye-opening. 21 receptions in 3 weeks showed he could handle the volume and the moment. But a concussion in Week 12 abruptly ended what could have been a breakout campaign. Now healthy, Tillman isn't just battling for playing time, he's potentially being thrust into the role of WR2, and maybe even WR1 if Johnson doesn't bounce back. And this isn't just about opportunity, this is about chemistry. If Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel takes over at quarterback, developing rhythm and trust with a reliable target becomes crucial. You don't want your rookie QB throwing to receivers who can't get separation or win contested catches. Tillman's athleticism and size give him an edge there, and if the coaching staff believes in him as much as it seems, then he might just be the X factor in what could have been a disastrous draft decision. This entire scenario paints a bigger picture. The Browns are betting on upside. They're taking risks, they're shifting leadership with the addition of Charles Woodson, and they're letting young talent like Tillman take center stage. It's not the safe route, but maybe, just maybe, it's the spark this franchise needs. Now it's your turn. Do you think Cedric Tillman is ready to take over as a top receiver in this offense? Can he become that dependable target for a young quarterback and carry the passing game when it matters most? Let us know in the comments, and if you're enjoying this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a deep dive into everything Browns.